There's a lot of anger among Republicans at what we see and what I think is very obvious to anyone with a titter of wit, that the Unionists are trying to accomplish in this last few days what they failed to accomplish during the negotiations on Good Friday over a year ago. I think it's very, very important that we spell out clearly on behalf of our electorate that these amendments being put into legislation undermine the Good Friday Agreement, that the legislation was not required, that it's a sop to unionism, that we're seeing the orange card being played in a slightly updated way, and if I can say so, quite expertly by Mr Trimble. And let me also put it very clearly on the record that Sinn Fein will oppose, with all the vigour and resources we have, any of these changes in the Good Friday Agreement. I don't see this as a test for David Trimble. I think I've said that fairly consistently. I see this as a test for the British Prime Minister. And there have been two things wrong in terms of the political situation in Ireland for some time now. One has been the Unionist veto, and the other has been British policy. With this new Labour government, we saw the beginnings of a change in British policy, and Sinn Fein will continue to work for that change because we are, after all, an Irish Republican Party. The other thing is the issue of the Unionist veto. The only person who can change that is Mr Blair. So, well, I'm saying that we are opposed to these changes, and we will agreement. So we're opposed to these changes. We think it's a mistake made by the British government. We think it's a sop to unionism. We think it's the orange card being played, and all of that has to be opposed. And I'm also looking, and we have made this very clear to Downing Street. We've also made it clear to the Irish government. We're looking to the Irish government also to oppose these changes.
Gerry Adams.
If my article was pessimistic, it wasn't meant to be. It was meant to be realistic. What we're about doing.
But the people on the streets who are listening to this debate, I think, could be forgiven for thinking that the process of conflict resolution, that the peace process has effectively turned into a decommissioning process. And if that is the case, if this British government allows that to happen, it will be the greatest blunder that this government has made in the course of recent years.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, thanks very much. Will you be fighting this post-setting?
For those who may genuinely want to deal with the issue of guns, who genuinely want to deal with the issue of guns, they're going about it the absolutely worst and wrong way. Totally the wrong way to deal with this matter. And it is proof once again that it isn't an issue to do with guns and guns which are silenced. It is about unionists only being prepared to do things thus far on their own terms and playing the orange card and the unionist veto and seeking to keep nationalists and republicans out of their just entitlements and rights. And let me say this, and I'm one of the people, and there are others in this group, who were on the streets in 1968 and who realised that the era of second-class citizenship was over in 1968. 30 years later, let it be very, very clear here from this bastion of former unionism that the days of second-class citizenship in this institution or in our country or in this state are over. There will only be first-class ministers, there will only be first-class assembly members, there will only be first-class citizens on this island. Sinead, go to